Hello, and welcome to Module 8. I'm greeting you from my living room today, and you can see the crime scene that is my piano in the background. Just pretend like it's not there. So, we are finally sort of tying all the strands together from what we've been looking at. And this week is our Student Technology Promotion Project. And I know I'm usually pretty loosey-goosey with the assignments, but I do have really specific things. So they are listed at the bottom of the page, but I'll also go through them for you. So first thing you do is watch the video. Then you're going to look back. Look at the things, the tools, apps that you use, and you're going to try to find a way to incorporate 10 of those into a unit. So, um, now in real life, you're always going to look at your content first, and then you're going to find tools that work for that. Kind of going backwards here, but it's okay because unless you're going to actually teach these in real life, it is just to get you used to, writing lesson plans, which again is going to be way more formal than you'll probably ever do in real life, but something that you do need to know how to do. All right, so you're going to look back and look at your tools and apps, and you're going to be thinking about, what would I like to teach? Where can I, fit these in? So if you are teaching, if you're looking, and again, our license is K through 12, but everybody has, like, I'm totally high school. I could do middle school. I don't think I could do elementary. I'm just not nice enough, and I'm too sarcastic. But if you are in elementary, you can split this up. You don't have to jam everything into one unit. You also can choose, I want you to do at least part of it as, well, actually, I would love some collaboration if you can do it. But if you're currently teaching in an elementary school where you're on a fixed schedule and you might actually be able to use these in real life, feel free to leave the collaboration piece out. But I would like you to at least, give a nod to it. That you would be talking to the classroom teacher to see, if there's any way that you can cover something that they might need. Anyway, so you're going to build a unit plan, and then it's going to have 3 to 5 lessons, and then you're going to actually write out the 3 to 5 lessons. Now, don't worry, because Salem State has a great technology infused lesson plan. I believe Carol Kelly developed it, but it gives you, it's just filling in the blocks. So don't worry about it. And if you're unsure, go with your gut. If it's wrong, I'll be like, oh, that was wrong, but you did it. None of you are dropping the ball on effort. So don't worry about that. All right, so you're going to upload that to the grading tool. Then in your blog, you're going to talk about it. And I want you to post your top 5 tools. A lot of you have already done that as we went through, which is very cool. You can copy and paste it, or you can just say, just put, hey, I already did this in week 4, and you can put a link to that. That's not a big deal. And then to discussion things, discuss all things discussy. So I do have one resource for you. That's tools and apps for formative assessment. So that's, how do you see that your kids are learning? Those are good apps for that. So what I say in the thing is this week is pretty much all assignment. Imagine a teacher has come to you for help in choosing ways to enrich what they're doing using online tools. So you can do that. Let's see, you can split the assignment. Oh, you can also, I guess I did say, do 5 with your imaginary teacher friend and 5 on just your own lessons. If you are currently working in an elementary library and you know how your school works, you get a dispensation. Just remind me when you upload it. All right. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about, fixed schedule. And you guys can hash that out in the comments. It used to be very contentious, but I think people are mellowing on it now. All right. Yes. In middle and high school, you may be harder pressed to count on a consistent group of students, but so this is perfect worlding it. And again, if you're a classroom teacher who's not in a library in high school, but rather is in the classroom, and there's a couple of you out there, you can be the teacher with which you collaborate. Won't that be convenient? And you don't have to have a real teacher. This is an imaginary teacher, to be clear. All right. So, yeah, I would choose a larger topic, and then you can narrow it in your specific lessons. One of the things I really want is examples of student work, and that is fake examples of student work that you make yourself, because it's important to think about what the end result is going to be. How are students going to show what they know? And so you don't have to have one for every lesson. If you're doing the 3 lessons, go with how much time you have. If this is brand new to you and you can only bang one out, that's fine. If you know what you're doing, it'd be cool for me to see. All right, so I'm not going to say that you have to have at least one piece of student work. I love one for each lesson, but you know, go with what works for you. Okay, one of the things that might be difficult if you're not in education is going through the frameworks. So there are the Massachusetts state frameworks, which you should get used to because they're everywhere and they're important. There's also Common Core standards, which are a little bit more loosey goosey, but you know you can take a look at them if the frameworks are scaring you. Then, if you're doing library classroom lessons, Massachusetts has digital literacy computer science standards, which are good. If you can prove that you're covering those, that's just a nice job security kind of thing. But there's also the AASL standards for the 21st century learner, which would also be of some use to you. All right, so it says you don't need to structure the unit plan. That's just like our unit is about, I can't think of a single thing that's not history. Our unit is about cells, and then you can break it down. But it's the three lessons that should, it would, I want the lessons on only one or two different topics just because it does help you sort of look at the trajectory that students, generally have to go through. So here are the requirements: the unit plan or two unit plans, just paragraph, theme and situation, and then 3 to 5 lesson plans depending on, what you're doing, what you like, blah, blah, blah. Use the Salem State lesson plan, which is linked in the module. You should have a rubric for every lesson. I'm not a great rubric person, as I'm sure you have noticed from my assignments. They're usually these bullet points. But in school, rubrics are a big deal. It helps kids understand what you expect of them. If you're in a school, they might have school-wide rubrics, which is fine. You do not have to create a rubric. You just need to use a rubric. And there are a million out there, so feel free to go looking. And you should have one for each lesson. Then student work for at least one of your lessons, ideally each of your lessons. All right, then it says, I would like you to revisit your experience exploring apps and tools in week 1 through 8, and list your personal top 5, unless you already have, in which case you can just copy and paste. And that's it for the week. All right, next week we're going to start professional development, where people just listen to us because we know what we're talking about. All right, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I'll see you in the discussion. Bye.